This is CNN Breaking News.
Breaking news, just in from the White House press secretary, CIA Director John Brennan has been abducted by North Korea. Late last night, Brennan was abducted from the White House gala during transportation to his home. Let's bring in the White House correspondent to bring light to the situation. Townley, thank you for coming out in such trying times. So, what can you tell us about the situation at hand?
I can tell you that the situation is very critical right now. The geopolitical theater of Asia is very large and has many complications. The region is divided up into 4 subregions: Central Asia, the Indian subcontinent, Southeast Asia, and East Asia. The United States has had economic interest in Asia since the 19th century and political ties to the region, such as the Philippines. The United States has had a strong military commitment to the region since its military intervention during World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War. The United States has paid particular attention to Asia, especially the Indian subcontinent, due to the nuclear aspirations of India and Pakistan. The subregion of Central Asia has been an area that the United States watches very closely since its independence from the Soviet Union in the 1990s due to its authoritarian governments and instability in the region and its central location. China is considered to be a regional and global powerhouse in the region, but the relationship with the United States is tenuous due to its refusal to liberalize its government and economy. This will definitely put the sub-region of East Asia in the forefront for a while due to the continued presence of American troops in South Korea and Japan, along with the political instability of North Korea, which has just gone even farther.
Townley, can you tell us why you feel the White House released it was North Korea who was involved with the abduction?
The White House could be releasing that Brennan was abducted by North Korea because it'd be a very strong case for military involvement in the region, which would possibly allow for stabilization of the region for our ally South Korea, due to a peace treaty never being signed at the end of the Korean War.
Thank you, Townley. I would now like to bring in political science Sierra to discuss the rational actor method.
Thank you, Miguel. The rational actor method was produced by political scientist Graham Allison with the basis that foreign policy should always relate to rationality. Unfortunately, during times of crises like these, rationality is rare. The question comes to be, what will the president choose to do? Take the risk of being irrational or stick to the method of rationality? When thinking about this, we have to think about the crises that President Kennedy and Bush had during their times in office. On one hand, we have Kennedy dealing with the Cuban Missile Crisis, who dealt with it irrationally, but ended successfully. However, with Bush during the 9/11, he also acted irrationally, but as we all know, that did not end so well. So we should all just hope that President Obama and his team are, through the domestic and international levels, are coming up with a rational way to deal with this.
Thank you, Sierra. It's going to be interesting to see how Obama is able to justify his choice to the public. Now, we would like to hear from our political analyst, Olivia, and gather more insight on President Obama before he was elected to the presidency.
I have been following Obama's campaign since 2008, and I think he is going to react to this situation in a rational manner. Although we have seen that during a crisis, he tends to drop things from his political agenda, for example, the closing of Guantanamo Bay. Another thing we have to take into consideration is that unlike the first-term President Obama, as a second-term president, doesn't have to worry about re-election, so he will be trying to make a positive outcome to still his legacy as an American hero.
Thank you, Olivia. Now, to get a sense of what is happening in the public's mind, let's go to our on-scene reporter, Raquel, in New York. Raquel, can you tell us what you have found while interviewing the public?
Thank you, Miguel. This is Raquel, live from the streets of New York City. I am here to interview those up to date with the recent abduction of CIA Director John Brennan. I'm here with Brody. Hi, Brody. Do you understand the importance of the CIA Director going missing?
Well, of course. The CIA Director is someone who directly corresponds with the President with pretty much everything they do behind the scenes.
Right, Brody. What do you think Obama's course of action should be?
Well, if we look at the history and evolution of our American presidency, dealing with any forms of foreign policy affairs has been something that the president must be prepared to deal with. Our founding fathers knew well that the presidency would be effective, and in crafting foreign policies that would preserve and protect the U.S. While in the past some presidents have been neutral about foreign policies, I feel that in Obama's situation he must take a course of action and be aggressive about the whole situation and protect the interests of our national security.
Thank you, Brody. That was a very insightful opinion.
What are you guys doing? Are we on TV?
Yes, sir. We are live on CNN News. What's your name?
No, I don't talk to media.
And why not, sir? We are just trying to get the opinion of everybody on the recent abduction of CIA Director John Brennan.
I know how the media works. You guys twist everything around while the president's actually trying to deal with the crisis here. You guys are all glittered up and trying to spit it in your favor. No.
Okay. Well, there you have it, folks. Those are the thoughts on the recent abduction of CIA Director John Brennan. Live from the streets of New York City, this is Raquel. Back to you, Miguel.
We have an update from the White House Press Secretary, Jalissa. Jalissa, what has come of Mr. O'Brennan's situation?
All we can say is that President Obama is collaborating with both international and domestic confederates. On the domestic side of the president's table is the Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State, and the head of Homeland Security. Internationally, President Obama is consulting with NATO and the UN to find an amicable solution so that treaties are not stepped on, and so we do not make this into a war situation.
Thank you, Jalissa. So, how is Obama going to deal with this situation? Is he going to take the diplomatic approach and negotiate a peaceful settlement? Or is this a matter of national security and protecting our country's information? Stay tuned to CNN for more updates on this crisis at hand. This is Miguel from CNN News. Have a good day, everybody. So, how's Obama going to...
He is going to react to the situation in a radical manner.
So, thank you, Miguel. I don't know my lines. Sorry.
Go.
We have an update from the White House Press Secretary, Jalissa. Jalissa, what has happened?
Secretary of State and the head of Homeland Security. Internationally, President Obama. Go get one.
That should totally be a
Three, go.
That was a very insightful opinion. I'm gonna kill you!
Wait.
Oh, my tie, you're right.
Action.
Thank you, Miguel. The rational action method was I looked into his soul, and it kind of freaked me out a little bit.
If we look at the history and evolution of our American presidency, dealing with any forms of foreign policy affairs has been something that the president... I knew it.